Hey artist, today I want to talk about the whip stitch. So the whip stitch is kind of like a decorative stitch that would go on the outside edge of something like this example that I'm showing you here, and can also be used to sew two pieces of fabric together, again on like an outside edge. So if I was going to whip stitch these two pieces of felt to each other, so see two pieces, I would start on one side, typically the back. And normally when we do a running stitch, whatever side the thread is coming out is the side that you go in. But to do a whip stitch, you go in the same side every time, so the back side. You still want to try to go in the back side, space out your stitches evenly, pop in the back side, but the thread will whip around the outside edge, hence the name whip stitch. So you can use this to sew two pieces to each other, like on the outside of a felt sculpture. Or you could use it without being on an outside edge per se, like I have done decoratively on my cloud. So I did whip stitch here where it actually was an outside edge, but then I continued to whip stitch in order to maintain that. So on the back, you can see how my little stitches show up here, but because it's white, they blend in here more. To practice whip stitch and show me that you got this, you should have a cardboard with holes in it on your table, a length of yarn, a plastic yarn needle, and just like on our previous practice, thread that yarn needle through the big eye, tie a knot to keep it on there, and then you're going to tie the yarn to the cardboard. So you don't have to tie fish knots like you are sewing in fabric, because this is just to practice with the whip stitch. And then you're going to show me how you can whip stitch. So go in the back and out the front and wrap around the edge. In the back, out the front, and wrap around the edge. You'll get this decorative design all the way down. Just like before, show me your finished work that you were able to do the whip stitch. And then we'll talk about how you can take this thing apart so someone else can practice on the same thing.